I have a confession. I don't know where the design of my new font came from. I did find it on my sketchbook, that's true, after doodling around, not knowing where I was going, not even aware that I was going somewhere. And the funny thing is, for a long time, I started the design of typefaces knowing exactly where I was supposed to go. You know, what were the tone of voice that need to be conveyed? Who were the audience? Where exactly are the fonts going to be used? And it was almost like running through a straight path between the briefing and the solution. And the shorter that path was, the less twists and turns I had to go through and explore before arriving at the solution, the better. It meant faster. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's what you would expect. But what I felt now, designing this new font, was so completely new and free, and in the end, so rewarding. I started scribbling letters freely, without thinking, in different styles. One sans serif, geometric, right next to a cursive, high contrast script typeface, and there's no logic or structure at all to that. I just kept going. And you probably heard of a state of flow, when you are so focused in an activity, so immersed and committed to it, that the world around you just disappears. And you can forget to have lunch without noticing it, because you are fine, you are in peace, you are happy there in the moment. When people ask Neil Gaiman from where does he get inspiration to write with so much fantasy, he jokes. And after joking, he says that he jokes because he doesn't really know where inspiration comes from. And I wonder if we as graphic designers, sometimes when we say that everything around us inspires us, if we aren't simply just dodging the question. And to me, in the end, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter at all. What was the process and how structured, strict or freely you had to go through before arriving at the solution. And just going freely to see if you stumble into something might be the most inefficient way of designing anything. But I can tell you, to me, once the world around me starts to fade away and I can forget to have lunch, and I start wandering to imaginary typographic places until I find a corner of land to which I can sit down and fiddle with it and build something on top of it, until the day I get to share this with you. It's all that matters. To me, that's all I need. The name of the font is Sua, which in Portuguese, I'm Brazilian by the way, Sua in Portuguese means yours. I invite you to help me find the place of this font in the world. I don't know where it came from or where is it going. Would it look best in brands, in magazines, in packaging? More importantly, brands which support what causes, packaging of what types of products, magazines that preach one vision of the world or that invite reflection. Sua is yours. One weight is actually free, so literally yours. Thanks. Cheers.